Ballman with us today. Jay, thank you for joining us, brother.
Oh, it's a blessing. Thank you so much. Everything. I'm ecstatic at everything about this product. So let's share with everybody about what's going on.
Well, let me give you a little background. First of all, Jay, for those that don't know you or don't know more about MOREMITO, and just back up to the very beginning here. So you had just mentioned that I believe you started back in the very beginning of November on MOREMITO. Is this correct?
Yeah, it was about November 2nd on there. Actually, I searched for something because I basically have a history basically of depression, PTSD, anxiety, and aggravated grief syndrome due to all the personal family losses that I've had in my life. And another one just came maybe a couple, maybe about a year ago with my mother, who I was personally taking care of. And now she's in an assisted living center. So it was getting on to me and everything. And I was just about ready to pack it in, if you know what I mean. And then I was scrolling down on Facebook and I found Ryan Conley. And he was doing this post about MOREMITO and everything. And then I started looking into MOREMITO, did some finding out a little bit more about MOREMITO. And get this, as a paramedic, going through all my EMS training and my fulfilling the national registry, and as a licensed paramedic, we haven't received this in-depth knowledge that I've learned just recently about mitochondria and the importance of it. You know, Western medicine basically taught us certain procedures and protocols to do out on the street. And I thought that was the Bible, but it opened up more stuff up here because it started me to look towards Dr. Bevan Elliott and what he's done with nanotechnology and how would you say it? Mitochondrial enhancement.
Mitochondria.
Right. It's for the mitochondria.
Very nice. So, okay, I'll take this step at a time. So when you first, I remember when we first started talking, you were in a pretty deep state of depression, correct?
Yeah, like I said, I was about ready to call it in. I probably would have went to the hospital and everything up on there too if it wasn't for just running into your video and that information in that post. And that's what started everything on it. But, you know, I can honestly say up here too, when that came in the mail on there and opened it up and took that first dose, wow.
First dose, you noticed something with this.
Right. And then it's what's important and everything to understand up here too. I think you contacted me a couple of days later and everything. I wasn't feeling too good about that. In fact, I even said, I don't even know what's going on here too. And then all of a sudden you said detox and some rang a bell in my back of the head. Wait a second. I'm putting something into me that's regenerating my mitochondria, is putting energy up on there too. And when you regenerate, what do? You have to get rid of this. So you have to detoxify. So it made sense to me. And basically told me, when I was going into drink plenty of water and everything, make sure I don't do anything, almost like a fast, and just clear my system out. I continued to take the MOREMITO, and then suddenly about maybe a day after of being lousy and sleeping for about 10, 12 hours, I woke up and with a different feeling. It was like, wow, I had clarity.
You had clarity. So what we see is a lot of times people do notice something right away from this, but then, you know, once in a while they will go through a detox. I'd say probably maybe I've got about 200 people almost on this product right now. And, you know, I would say that there's, let's just say maybe 10% kind of go through a detox where they're like maybe slightly uncomfortable. Something kind of throws them off just a little bit. You know, maybe they're feeling extra tired, maybe like extra brain fog a little bit for a little bit or something like this. Then all of a sudden, they have this breakthrough that you're like, wow. And also, I remember that what I remember this, and this is such great education, is we have a WhatsApp group, right, Jay?
Yes,
right?
I do.
We have a WhatsApp group, and I remember you got frustrated because you had a lot of negativity still inside that this product just seemed to detox right out of you, and you removed yourself from the group. And I was like, no man left behind. I got to go save Jay. No man is going to be left behind. I don't want to like sell. I don't want to quote share or sell something that you're not going to have a positive experience about, even though it's 30 money back guarantee. So Jay, we made some diet revisions here. I want to share with people because it's important for people that are taking this mitochondria technology breakthrough. I remember, I think you were barely eating anything at the time, were you, diet wise?
No, it's hey, I was typical. I was couch potatoing and doing nothing and everything. In fact, I'll go ahead and tell them about it was a personal discovery with me and everything, what I was able to get off of on it too. You see, before that, because of my depression on it too, I went through the rampants from all the past 20 years and everything, different pharmaceuticals, Zoloft, everything, Paxil, cilantro, whatever. And I really got tired of it. And I asked my therapist to take me off of it. And I asked her about medical marijuana. And so she agreed to do that to take me off of pharmaceuticals, which I did. And we went to the medical marijuana and cognitive therapy sessions with her. And that worked and everything for a while and everything. But after about a year and a half of doing that, I found myself reaching for that medical marijuana when any type of situation would come up. And there would be my crutch. And that triggered to me, man, wait a second, I'm becoming addicted. Anything basically that replaces or gives you pleasure in your brain up here too, you can addict to it. So I said, I got to stop and do something on it too. And then trying to get off of it. 3 days into it, you're going through mood changes big time. And you caught me basically when I was going through in a big mood change on that time, trying to detoxify myself. And I'm proud to say basically since November 2nd, in fact, I even told you about it earlier, that medical marijuana is still out the window and everything. And I ripped up my medical marijuana license on there too. So I don't have to go to the recreational cannabis store to get anymore. So because this is it, man. This on the two, I haven't even had a desire, nor do I even have to get those stinking thinking thoughts anymore. This really aligned basically my beliefs and everything.
Now, Jay, let's talk about that. So, okay, first of all, you weren't planning on stopping smoking the ganja, were you?
No, to tell you the truth, I've been doing it all through the military and everything, all during my paramedic training, and even times when I would get off of my duty and everything. So it's been with me a long time. And in the years past, throughout this 20 years, I tried, Narcotics Anonymous 12-step group programs, trying to get off it on there too. But I wish this was out and back then, because I don't even have desire. I don't even think about that stuff anymore. I just think basically is when can I take some more mono? How can I tell people about how great I'm feeling and everything, and to show everybody about this?
Right. And Jay, I used to smoke a lot of chronic also, I all through college, all through high school. And I look back, I started smoking weed at 15 years old, and I smoked pounds of it, just tons and tons of it. And I remember people saying, oh, it's not addicting. Oh, it's not a gateway drug, like all these rumors, about this stuff. And it just, it became an addiction. Like you're saying, it's like, it brings you into this, people, we've seen marijuana go completely legal across the United States and the world right now. And it's like, okay, well, let's get down to it. This all this does is store in the fat of the cells, and it is causing the mind to be clouded. There's no question about that. You don't smoke weed, I think, unless you're Snoop Dogg and actually still have clarity of thought. I don't know, but we've made it so socially acceptable that marijuana is, going mainstream. It's kind of like they're trying to dumb us down, just like they put fluoride.
Exactly what I said, because, look at the experience of being on this and smoking a joint. You're dumbed down, you're zoned out, you're numb and everything. Yeah, you feel good at everything. That's about all you think about. With this, you got the same good feeling, but it's a lot more focused. You're awake, you're aware of your surroundings up here, and you can concentrate and focus better.
Gosh,
and still get the same effects.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you. Like my legs are just tingling right now, just because it's like, I was in a very dark spot when I found MOREMITO, and it completely changed my life from the first initial dose. Some people it can take a little bit longer, but it's like, typically there's not a person that goes by that 2 weeks into this that they're not having phenomenal results like you're having right now. And it's just like, it's the best. You help people as an EMT. You helped a lot of people. You helped a lot of trauma too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen that. I really don't want to get into it and trigger some of the stuff
Right.
because you got to remember my past PTSD, and so far I'm maintaining the composure of that. I don't want to get into the scenes that
What
cause
I
that.
do want to ask, though, what the question I want to ask here, though, is
Yeah.
you're talking about this putting your brain into alignment. Would you also say that this has helped, like when we're talking about PTSD? I mean, I'm seeing this. We've seen this so many times. Remove, because we got to be careful of medical claims, so we have to kind of beat around the bush a little bit here. But would you say that it actually takes those negative, stinking thinking thoughts and just kind of lets you put it all into perspective and think more rationally?
Yeah, it kind of like if you're stoned or you're high on that too, and you get some impulse in there, stimuli, you react instead of responding on there too. You don't know why, you try, but it still happens. With this, and the clarity and the focus is so slick, you're able to, the thoughts are slowed down and you don't have that negative input like, what about this? You know, the little devil on your shoulder. You don't
Right.
have that on them too. So you're able to think and actually reframe your idea or that thought into a more positive a lot sooner and a lot quicker. And so that's why it's a lot easier for me, and
Jay,
this is the way to go.
if you wake up in the morning and you take this, what are your thoughts about the day ahead? You're a lot more optimistic right now. Yes?
Well, yeah, I can't wait to get up and go out and do things up here. And then when I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here, I'm constantly thinking, what else can I be doing on there? So it's just like a progression. What else, and what else? And guess what? Before October 31st, I didn't feel this way. I didn't think this way up here.
That was just even 30 days ago, right? How many days have you been on this now?
Less than that. My first dosage was November 2nd. In fact, we went to Thanksgiving and everything. My family and everything, I went to my in-laws for dinner and everything. I'm sure you've seen the video of them. They fell asleep after the second football game while I'm still got them going on there too. And during that day, they say, what's Jay doing? Does Jay have a girlfriend now or something? What's going on? You know, he's different. And actually, I was participating in involvement and stuff. And after dinner, actually helping wash the dishes. Before that, whenever I went over for holidays, I used to be a lump on his own, sitting there, lump falling asleep after the second half too, just like them. But so they noticed the change in me, and people, will notice definitely because it's made a phenomenal, profound effect on me.
Well, I think that's an amazing thing about this product. For example, my fiance, she's never done network marketing before. She's never done sales. So let's talk about the differences between this and typical network marketing opportunities. Mm-hmm. One thing I love about this so much, Jay, is, typically in network marketing, especially like in health and wellness, people would have to buy a product to go ahead and be, qualified every single month to get paid.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes. I've been through so many before. They called me a program jumper but you have to do this. You get into the auto ship requirements just to get any type of payment. You do it for a while, 3, 4, 5 months down the road. And guess what? You don't have enough money or something on it too. So you drop the auto ship. You stop taking the product and you go jump to another program on it too. What I really liked about this and looking up, and when I bought this and everything, I started out basically just as a customer on there too, and I bought that, and I started looking through the website. You go through a referring customer. You don't even need to have an auto ship to be a registered referring customer on this. So what that means to me basically is you can go and sign up at their website on there too, go and create the website, to sign up, go back and buy it from yourself, and then go ahead and take it. And then while you're actually promoting the fact that you just signed up and got this stuff on the you can put that out and actually sign people up, and you can get credits for referring them from your site. And you can do it over and over again.
Jay, would you ever get off this product?
No, never, ever again.
Mm-hmm.
No. In fact, if you look at my back office, or in fact, you look in your back office up here, November 2nd on the two, they have the different packages up here too, but you got over $300 and some my back end because this is my third bottle.
That's awesome.
It's phenomenal. It's liquid gold.
What do you think about the price standpoint of this product compared to other products in the past that you've worked with?
At first and everything, I'll go, wow, geez, $160, for the entry level up here too. Well, I did that.
But
Well,
explain what that gets. So do you get one of those and one of these?
yes. This helps you on the inside, and that helps you on the outside.
Okay, continue.
So I basically, but after using it, actually that first bottle, I still got a little bit left. It does last a long time. You can go 30 days without that, but I just went through mine before because I loved it and I kept showing everybody. So you had to order more and everything. But yeah, for a 30-day supply on that too, for $160, you can go a month and a half with this stuff here too, but you're going to want more.
So Jade, but people can come and they can just, have the bottle, for example. They want to have a month's supply. And, I recommend to do a 0.5 ml underneath the tongue every 2 hours is what I recommend doing. Then I take 1 ml under the tongue at night also when you go to sleep. What do you, so someone could go ahead and do this if they don't want to do the amazing skincare. What do you think about?
Well, mine's actually getting better. Look at this. It's still a little ugly on there too, but if you get better, if you look at the picture that was on my Facebook profile, you'll see a lot of deep-setted wrinkles and everything, was darker and everything. Just in 3 weeks and everything, my wrinkles are going back up here too. And I thought it would increase the these puffiness around my eyes and everything. But in the course of the action, since I figured that out, I've been talking to a doctor of internal medicine and everything. He pointed out this up here, that the puffiness basically is a sign of, what do you say? It's up here, pituitary on there too with the programs. And if you look back, and it started making sense all through my life, I've been short. Even though I've been a paramedic, yes, on there too, it could be surprising to a lot of people. I'm only 5'2".
Oh, really? Okay.
On there too, and I was able to perform all that stuff. So I went through a lot of challenges in life up there. And back when I was, I think in elementary school, I remember my parents taking me to Illinois Medical Research up here doing studies about why I was short. Because when I went into or graduated high school, I was only 4'8".
Oh my goodness!
From 4'8", and then when I went into the military, by the time I finished all my training, I ended up being 5'2".
Well, I think your forehead especially is looking really, really good, brother, and this continue to improve because what this is doing is mitochondria in the stem cells, for example, and also the mitochondria in our brain. That's why, have you noticed an increase like in intelligence? Is there something that stands out to you with memory, for example, with this?
Yeah, the memory up here too, and then when I think and that negative thought comes in out there too, I'm able to reframe it and everything. But it actually opened up, especially sometimes at night, I'm dreaming and everything. I've dreamed some things that from happiness items in my childhood I never dreamt before. So it does help relax. And I think that happens to do with the mitochondria. It helps you basically go into deeper levels of REM. Before I used to wake up every 2 hours and everything, thinking I had prostate problems or something. But this basically, it works. And yes, it did. It took a while for me to adjust my sleeping habits. Today was the first day and everything that I slept close to 6 hours and everything. But I've able in this since November 2nd to now go from 2 hours a night every waking up here to use the bathroom to 4 hours and everything. And now I'm 6 hours and I'm waking up and I still feel fully rested.
Okay, so how many additional hours of energy in a day is this giving you think on the average?
Has it given me? It feels like I've got the capability of 28 hours in a 24-hour day. There is not enough time in the day for the energy that I have, in this bottle.
But when we talk about this energy, I mean, this is a controlled energy. This is not like being on some nose candy or some kind of quadruple latte, right?
Exactly. And that's basically, I kind of look at it, it's more controlled and everything. It's kind of like, when I was a paramedic and everything up here too, sometimes when we would call and respond and everything, in fact, one of my proctor people that I train coming up here says, how do you manage to go through that so calm and everything? It's through repetition and repetition. And it's tough. It raises your not your focal point, but actually zeroes in to almost create like you're in a zone. On there, kind of like what Michael Jordan does
Like
and
a
everything
like
up here. So you can actually focus and do things. That's how I'm living my life. I'm happy.
like
I
a
don't
flow
have
state.
time.
Go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt your.
It's okay.
Like a
But
flow, like a flow state, correct?
exactly. And it just, you're able to stay in that zone a lot longer with this product here. It just shows everything up here too. And then what I found out about this is that day by day it got a little bit better. Carpal tunnel, the arthritic conditions of me with my age and everything is getting better and better and better. But I'm wondering why. But you got to look at this here too. Even though this is a phenomenal product, this is not a cure-all, boom, boom, zap, like what God can do and change you and everything. This basically regenerates your mitochondria. So it takes time. You got to build up. But what I found out here too, I don't know if it's the nanotechnology or stuff, but it seems to trigger your worst damage first.
Yep, that's a good point.
On there too. And I noticed my first thing that came up here too, boom, my thinking, my cognitive ability up here too. Then all of a sudden it shifted, like I'm seeing results in, carpal tunnel, no numbness or stuff anymore. And then
let's for a second without making medical claims, what was going on before and how much has it changed?
Oh, well, when I was medically diagnosed years ago as carpal tunnel and everything, the stiffness basically, because the bone age up here and the carpal bone and everything closes. And I got small wrists because I'm a small person. And then as a firefighter and stuff up here too, we do a lot of lifting and stuff. So I had bigger forearms. So when your muscle builds up there on the two, it really puts pressure on that carpal joint. And that's the reason why I had carpal tunnel and everything. So, but with the numbness that I used to have in that too, it would flare up on that. And now I don't do this. I used to have the pinky that used to lock on me because it was dislocated. It's not, okay, it doesn't lock anymore. Okay, so I'm not sitting around there like this. So it does work. Actually, I think what it does is just detoxify you. And you got to remember mitochondria is in every cell of your body on it too. So it detoxifies it and repairs it.
Right. I want to see the numbers on this because I find this so interesting, Jay, that there's 30 trillion cells roughly average in the human body, and there's 2,000 mitochondria in every cell. So there is 60 quadrillion mitochondria in the human body. I just think about like looking out in space and seeing all the galaxies and like, how many stars are just billions compared to nothing compared to quadrillions. I have to say it.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about that the other day and everything. I'm going, wow, that's a lot here too. Let me take some more. I got a lot of cells to feed.
But just a little bit goes a long way, huh?
Yeah, that's the most amazing thing about it. It's phenomenal on it too. Actually, I was wondering here, because my hair and everything is starting to turn white and everything. What I did the other day is I took some of my Rejuvenate that we had up here, and it was already pre-mixed with a little bit of Restore and everything, and I just used it as a hair gel.
It actually works really good.
And then all of a sudden my hair is growing, and if you look here, it's getting more blonde instead of white.
I just put a little in my hands right here, and I just kind of run my fingers through it, just like a little bit. And I'm like, wow, this stuff is phenomenal. Then I was that was on the way to church today. I was thinking about that because I put it in my hair before they just dumped a whole bunch of holy oil on me today at church. I had to take a shower before this call. I was just completely soaked in frankincense here today. But anyways, it really works well. My point is I was thinking about the cost of a hair product and how superior this is for like than gel or a pomade or whatever you want to call it, out there. It seems to work really nicely.
Or for oil of Olay for your hands, forget that. I just go to this because it hydrates it.
Right. Hey, Jay, my question I had for you was, I remember, I just want to say thank you for really opening up to me that day I called you on video call. And when you left the WhatsApp group because you were in such bad, such bad shape, and someone hurt your feelings in there by saying something really small, but you just flew off the handlebars and jetted out of the WhatsApp group. And then I went and called you and talked to you about all the trauma that you had been through, not to bring anything up at all. And I know that you can process this stuff better now, but you really opened to me. And I want to say thank you for that, because this is part of the healing process, and be able to, the emotional detox that you were going through. It was an emotional detox, especially with this product that it was having on you. right? So
It's the heart and
that
mind
was
connection.
very necessary for you to go through right there. And you went through extremely quickly. You look at how long people have to stay in therapy. I had, when I was going through deep depression last year, I had a psychologist every single week that was paying $30 a week in Brazil for an hour-long session, whatever I was paying every single week. I was paying $120 just to blah, 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 blah. Really nice psychologist, blah, 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 just talking. But it's like, I went to my psychologist, like, you got to get your people on this, because you imagine if we brought this to, what do you think would happen if we brought this to an AA group, for example, and we gave it to every single person in the AA group, and they came back 1 month later? What do you think would happen right there?
It's phenomenal up here on there too. You know, since I've been on there too, I've had one therapist meeting up on there too, and she just wanted to do a checkup for medication and everything. I says, if I, want, because I'm still refusing, they're constantly offering medication and everything.
They love to give those little pills
away. Right, but nope, I didn't tell them on there too. And I started telling her about this up here too, but then I had to stop thinking, because I've been going through therapy for many years up here, and she goes, okay, well, great. We'll talk about this next time we meet up here too. Because I think she was thinking, what is this guy doing? Maybe he's experiencing grandiose feelings of bipolar on there too. So I'm going to wait. Next time I come back here, I'm going to show her it's the same thing up here, and it actually works. And who knows, maybe I can get her interested, and I gotten me another business partner.
Jay, we're just kind of wrapping things up here, Kyle. 3 or 4 minutes left here. Like, where would you see on a scale from 1 to 10 back then with depression, anxiety, compared to today, less than 30 days into consuming MOREMITO?
It's totally a 359-degree turn. It's phenomenal on there too. If I would say 360 up here too, I always want to leave that gap for improvement. So it's phenomenal. It turned me right around up here, and it gives me, and that's another thing up here too. The people that are out there suffering from any type of ailments that I've been through, that you've seen on this video up here, you got to try it and do this, because it's something that Western medicine hasn't figured out yet on there too. And this is the best. So if there's anything that I can share with anybody up here, I want to pass it forward on there too, because I want to build a community of people that I come in contact with, to almost feel the same effect here. I want them to turn their lives around 359 degrees and have them join us for that extra degree to become superhuman.
Definitely. Do you feel a superhumanish right now?
On the way there, it looks like I have to get the gym to try to catch up to you then. The only thing I can do is shoulder shrugs.
Well, you know what? There's always room improvement for us all and stuff. I seriously, with this, I only work out 10 minutes. I work out 10 minutes a day. If that, I don't even do any cardio at all. It's just like my body's just like really responding very nicely to this product, and everyone's will be. But you're right. You just said that, the medical community, they don't have something that's going to go ahead and tap into the mitochondria like this. All the doctors have been talking about mitochondria enhancement, and it's like, it has to be done with all natural ingredients.
Exactly.
If you look at, look what they're doing with antidepressants and stuff like this. And I'm not here to bash, but what they're doing is they're manipulating the neurotransmitters. Okay,
if you're synthetic serotonin instead of natural serotonin.
Right. So whatever's whether crack-a-lacking right there with what they're doing right there, and they're blocking it and reuptake and da-da-da-da. But the thing about it is, what I always see is that we are actually increasing free will with this product, because what we're doing is we're supercharging those 2,000 mitochondria in every single cell right there. Those neurotransmitters, the neurons, for example, we're raising them, powering them so powerful that now you have control to just do whatever you're doing superhuman style, and the neurotransmitters are flowing how they're supposed to, instead of blocking, reuptake, like that is so unnatural compared to what we're doing right here.
Yes.
Right?
Most definitely.
So I think that this really needs to be taken a look at. This is why, I'm going to go have my brain scanned again by the Amen Clinic for the 6th time, which, the most documented brain scan study in the history of their existence. So I'm looking forward to showing how it went from dumb to Einstein smart, as I joke around. But, I say this humbly. I say these catchy things to get people's attention because people really need to experience what we're trying,
Right.
what we're
Well,
working on, right?
right. Getting to say up here to basically, on a thing, it doesn't go from dumb to, genius and everything up here too. What it's actually doing inside up here too, it's repairing the neurotransmitters up here too. And you think you're getting smarter and everything, but what it's doing is opening up the reconnections to the memories and the knowledge you already had.
How is that not getting smarter though?
Well, you already retained that. You already got that information, but it's blocking the neurocepts in your memory up here. And every day by repairing this, open here more. It's just like, in sleep, I'm having different dreams of my childhood. You're unlocking more of your memory and knowledge that you retained back there. So,
Right.
you're allowing your brain to access that. So it has the simulation of becoming smarter, but you already had that information in there.
Exactly, and we're also obtaining more information every single day, also, which is making us more intelligent as well. So it's just like
Superhuman, super magnet.
yeah, super magnet for amazing information. But
Exactly.
we could go on and on here, but I like to
Yeah,
keep this
true.
video short and sweet, Jay. But I just want to say that I'm very excited. First 30 days have been a massive success. Congratulations on having some major breakthroughs and stuff.
Sure.
And I'm about 2 months into this now, so this next 30 days is going to be freaking just awesome for you. I'm excited for you to build this business, obviously, because I know it's your intention to change a lot of lives.
Most definitely on it too. And I encourage people to join us and everything. In fact, I think I joined a Facebook group with you called MOREMITO Miracles and everything. So I encourage people to join us there and find out more. We're constantly learning every day. We're constantly bringing more information to us together. So it's good for people just wanting to learn more about this. And